Hey, it would help if I turned on the mic, huh? Good morning, everyone. Good to have you here. I was running through my head. I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I was turning on the mic. So hopefully you guys can see me. I want to give you a warm welcome and we will get this party started. So thanks so much for joining me. We're going to be designing face masks right here. We're going to be using Photoshop and Illustrator is the plan. And I'm so thankful you are here. Afroja, Steve, Suni, Caroline, Kevin, what's up? Michelle, awesome. Jurgen as well, awesome. Tim, what's up, buddy? Thank you for your message. I got your messages, so thank you very much. Yeah, so we'll kind of dive into this. This will be really fun. We're going to design some face masks. I do want everybody to know, like, you're in good hands, and I was kind of like starting with this, like we kind of understand what's happening, at least in the around the world, to be honest with you. And I'm happy to work for such a company that stands up against racism and inequality and hate of all kinds. So I'm proud to work at Adobe, and they support my values and everything. And thank you for making this an awesome, safe place. So let's dive into this. First, before I get into my content, we do have a full day. You can see if you're elsewhere, by the way, you might be out on YouTube elsewhere, or Facebook. Good to see you, Patricia and Aaron. I'm on Behance.net/Adobe Live. This is the schedule for today. If you're on that page, you can see it below me as well. You can see the schedule, but we have myself. Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge is being kicked off at 9 a.m. Then we have hand lettering, we have Illustrator. So it's kind of Photoshop, hand lettering, Illustrator, which is awesome. Get into XD this afternoon and some doodle therapy, which sounds good for this fine Monday. Hopefully it's treating you well. Peace and love to you, Richard, as well. Good to have you here. Mustafa, big hug for you. Kartik, hey, buddy. Would love to see, if you get a chance, you should actually put a picture of yourself for your avatar. So I just, can recognize at least the icon. Okay, so let's dive into this, shall we? And what we're actually going to dive into is face masks. So what I'm talking about is this sort of thing, right? It could be just for fun. Maybe you work in a facility where you need a face mask, but here's one. As you can see, it might muffle my voice a little bit, but this is actually based on the design that you can see behind me. Okay, it's just a mashup of like Adobe logos. So we're gonna learn how to design stuff like this. I have another one over here, right? I have like so many, and guess what? We're also gonna do a giveaway for these as well. So gonna have a fun giveaway where I'm gonna give away a couple of these masks if that works for you, if you want them. They might have touched my hands, so when you get them, you need to immediately burn them. Just kidding. But like try to sanitize them somehow because I probably touched them and I apologize, but I do have to pack them up. I'll try not to put on all of them, and honestly, these are the ones that I have. I have others in packages, just so you know. But anyways, got some cool. We're gonna basically give away some of these masks today after I show you how to make them. So hopefully that works out well. Oh, I wanna give a special shout out to Andrew, first time with at least me, so that's good. Oh, Karen, you're just buttering me up. That's how you win the prize, I guess. That's how you win a face mask, is you just, it's just flattery will get you everywhere. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and share my screen, and I'll show you a couple things. Actually, let me show you this. Check this out. Switching over to my desktop. Here we are. Thank you. I hope you like them. I think I got some really cool ones, right? So here's a couple of them. Now again, I'm not going to be sewing this morning, right? So that's not what I mean when I say designing face masks. We're not like designing it from the ground up. We don't need to. But this is one site that I actually use. There's lots of them out there. I call it's Bags of Love, bagsoflove.com. They're out of the UK. And here they allow you to create custom face masks. There's other places like Vistaprint. Pretty much any printing company. Vistaprint is actually more known for like printing on paper, but they have face masks that you can make as well. So shop now, check those out, right? But we want to make our own as the goal. Okay, so hopefully that works for you. Feel free to give me a shout out where you're hailing from. And yeah, would love to hear from you. So again, Vistaprint, you guys might know of others. Feel free to shout those out. That's totally fine. I'm sure, what is it? Society 6? I haven't been here yet, but I bet you anything, they have to they probably sell masks too, or at least allow you to design them and purchase them on a mask. I'm not sure, but feel free to do a shout out of which place you like. I like this because look, these are the ones that I've made, right? So we can kind of take a look at these. I'll just click out of this. Let's go back to design. This is how their site works. You need to upload a graphic. You can rotate it, scale it, all that fun stuff. Right over here, you get 4 masks for $25, or you just get 1 for free potentially if you win Chat and Win, which we will do in about an hour or so. So I'll get that going here in a second, just so you know. Oh, my shirt needs to be keyed out a little bit better. But right down here, so here's the design I've just uploaded, right? Select the design, you can start to move it around, do what you need to edit this design, right? Here's for tips and bleed area, the safe area. The big thing is you're gonna get the size, mainly. You're mainly gonna get the size, the dimensions, I should say. Maybe if there's a restriction on the upload size of your artwork, and other potential restrictions. So right up here, design tips, safe area, bleed area. Anytime you print something, there's probably going to be a safe area and a bleed area. So as I roll over that, you can see it's like, yeah, you have to stretch this design out. You're going to have more design than is actually printed that you're going to see. So just keep that in mind, right? That's pretty standard. Need help? We can always jump out there. And you can get into what you need to upload from your computer, how many images you can add, is there an image gallery, all sorts of fun stuff, right? It's all the fundamentals. We know the size needs to be 7 inches by 9 inches. So regardless of who you're using, it's going to be that a similar size, okay? Hello from India, Vishu. Good to have you here. I think Vishu, that's a cool name, Vishu. Bakare from Nigeria. This is why I love it. People coming from all over, which is awesome. So let's get into this. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of times what you'll do is you'll take artwork that you already have. And again, this is just a quick setup. So we'll go to File, New. Go right in here. We'll change this size in Photoshop, by the way, and I'll show you how to do this in Illustrator. So we want to do width of 9, a height of 7 inches. Right, we could have the resolution at 300 dpi, right? We'll keep it RGB for now, but we could always convert that to CMYK when we want. Vishu, you're too kind. So again, 7 by 9, that's all this is. Boom. Bam. I like this one. This one's kind of cool. So this is this one right up here. Boop. There it is. This is probably the one that I wear the most. All right, so let's go back to our screen. Because how would we make that? We would create a file. 7 by 9, create, right? I could start out with a gradient, might be a good way to begin, right? But you're probably gonna start with some of the artwork that you have, right? So we can think of, brainstorm some ideas as well. Madagascar, ooh. Hell from Madagascar? I think you mean hello. I get what you're saying. Hello from Germany, good to have you here. Toronto's in the house. Awesome. So right in here, all I'm doing is clicking on these different gradients, right? That's one place we could start. Use artwork that you might already have. Like I went through a whole stint where, with the launch of Fresco, I was painting a lot of stuff, to be honest with you. So come in here, I have a bunch of flowers that I could bring in, right? That I've painted. It's like taking your artwork, and that's what I mean, designing a face mask. Take some of your artwork, bring it together into one PSD file that's 300 dpi and just create something cool. I've seen lots of them with cool patterns. We could also do phrases, which I think will be really fun. Right, so here's just a bunch of flowers. That's one idea. Another idea was to have just a simple phrase on there. So there's different ways to approach this. Right, because I think the problem with these masks Where are mine? Okay, good. This one. Okay. Like, people never know, like, if you're smiling. So that's why I made this one here as just a way to just say, hey, you know what? Smile. That's what this says. It's really small. It says smile, right? So that's the idea. So that's something we could do as well. That's behind my head. So coming in here to Photoshop or Illustrator, it really honestly doesn't matter too much, right? Like that. There's one. Boom. Scale it down. This is their simplest one, so that's why I decided to start with this one. I really love this font. That's what somebody should be saying. Is I know the chat is off a little bit, but chat should be saying, what a cool font. And you would be right. Look at this. Come on now. But that's what I would do. I'd go in here. I'm like, I want to put a fun phrase on here, like smile or hello might be a good word, right? As part of this. There we are. Again, great font. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Come on now. It's beautiful. So what I would do, whether I'm in Photoshop or Illustrator really doesn't matter. I would go in down to handwritten fonts, and I would peruse all my handwritten fonts that I'd have, and I'd roll over these, and it's changing that top one, obviously. And I would probably bounce between handwritten and I would try decorative as well. This one actually has, Quimby is not bad either, but those are the handwritten ones. Then I would actually go up to script and see what I have for script. Like this one, again, Bellow Script Pro. I want to add more from Adobe Fonts. We can click right on that logo, that Adobe logo, and it'll take us out to Adobe Fonts, right? So we can come out here and we can write smile or hello. And then we will just show me the handwritten fonts. Oh, that's so many gorgeous ones. Oh, good. Ismail, you agree? I agree. It's so awesome. Thank you so much for thanks so much for having such good taste by liking my work. I'm kidding. The font here for smile is Sudestata. The hardest thing about most fonts is saying the font name. Sudestata. I'll paste it in here because it's really hard to... There you go. You guys should have it. Cool. Dyewood, good to see you here. I am in Photoshop CC, just so you know. I really like this font. Again, your goal is to not copy me, but do something. Maybe it says hello in another language. How awesome would that be? Right? Let's do that. Hola. Oh yeah, you know what would be awesome? This is another idea, and that's why I'm glad we do this live, because I just think it's cool. So we could do hola. We could cover the whole mask with the word hello in different languages, which I think it would be awesome, right? If I'm doing all that work, I actually would probably use Illustrator. So anytime you're doing something heavy with type, then you probably want to use Illustrator. You could actually even use InDesign if you want to. But like this description shows, talks about Illustrator, talks about Photoshop. Okay, so right in here, let's do that. Let's actually just throw just a black box in the background. Like so. Turn that off. Stretch that out a little bit more. You get the idea. I could actually resize this to make it perfect. We'll lock that down. We'll add a new layer. We'll do the same thing, like I said, just like we did in Photoshop. We will go in. Honestly, this is probably not a new idea, but it's actually spawned from you guys in the chat. Ooh, how do I copy that? Can I get that? See if I got it. Okay, I need an Arabic font, as it turns out. So great idea. We could easily just kind of mock that up with start putting things around. I probably would have in the center, it would say hello larger So everybody kind of knows what all the phrases will say. So hello, we could put these all on one line. I personally like the idea of using different fonts. Right. By the way, I have a good idea. You're into making digital masks. We could do that. We can mock this up as well. This is going to be really fun. We're going to get into 3D. I don't have that much time. I wish I had more time, but I want to knock out a lot of designs. So we have hello. What was our font? We'll go over here. Properties panel. Right down here. It was. Bello and Sudesta. Wait for it. There we go. I would do a collage with letters. I'm only going to get so far with this one. Let's go to Google Translate. What is hello in your language? Whichever other language you know. Type that up. Okay, Karen, is that hello in Chinese? Is that what I'm seeing? Xin Chao? Is that correct? That would be perfect as well. Don't know if I got that exactly right. Yeah, I just need... Ooh, salutes, casual French. Awesome. I'm only going to get so far with this, okay? Can I just say that? I'll try to go as fast as I can because I only have an hour. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Not to worry, we are going to do a giveaway probably in about 45 minutes. So let me just turn that on. That's right, 44 minutes. We're going to do chat and win. We haven't done chat and win in a while. All you have to do for chat and win is hang out and say something in chat. And that's how you're going to win a mask, right? We haven't done that in a bit. And it's just a way to say thank you and that we appreciate you. Namaste? Is namaste right? Got it. Zdravo, is that correct? Is it okay if I do that lowercase? Right? Switching up the font. There we go. So the reason I would do this in different fonts is because there's different accents. So you don't want to pick a font for no reason. You shouldn't do anything for no reason, right? I mean, it just would be dumb unless you like wasting time, right? Lots of people use color just to decorate a page. No, don't use color to decorate a page. You're using color to draw the eye, right? We're using this font to mimic an accent, right? So if I feel like it's a very hard accent, it should have sort of be a sans serif. It's a very loving, like namaste needs to look like this, don't you think? So that's kind of the whole idea. Oh, Steve, I love it. Thank you. Steve, by the way, I was looking at flights to go to New Zealand last night just for fun. They were kind of expensive, but I'm like, man, I just love everything that is going on in New Zealand. So, hola. I got hola. Thank you. Thank you very much. Xin Chao. Ciao. CIAO. This is so good, right? Picking a font. We'll get this to a certain degree because this will just be the concept. And then we'll have to move on. Ciao. Right, it's kind of beautiful. Let me know the language too if you type it up. Buna? I don't know. Did I just... Marban. Oh, Andrew. I need to get more fonts installed on my machine. Xin Chao is hello in Japanese. Thank you so much. Awesome. Oh, here comes another one. Hello in Polish. That's awesome. I got some Polish blood in me, not gonna lie. There we go. Boom. Changing the fonts. Welcome. Good morning. All right, we'll probably only get part of the way there. This is really fun, though. Let's see, Emma. I don't know, is this hello in Russian? Let's try to drop this in too. See, Russian, again, being a harder language, I feel like has harder like vowels, right? So it's very hard and, you know, could be considered a little pointed, I would say. So, oi or hola, that's good. Don't mind me. Oh, sorry, there we go. You guys are good. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Ciao in Italian. I see you, Germano. Thank you so much. Dropping that in. Let's change this color. Did that come through okay? Nope. Ah. All right, so we'll go to window. We'll go down here to type. We'll go to glyphs. And we can show the alternates for current selection. And stylistic alternatives. There we go. Here it is. Sorry, it's giving me a sec. There it is. Boom. Okay, so if you need any alternate to a specific letter, just open up the glyphs panel, right? So that's why we're kind of adding that in. Boom. Got it. Close it. Call it a day. Change the font for sure. We don't have... Let's do... Hola. There we go. Why not? Since it's kind of small, we'll go with that. Oh, I lost it already. There we go. Alfran. Salam. Oh man, you guys are tough. I gotta work hard. I gotta work fast. And this is not only what I want to show you, I want to get into other things as well. So as soon as the conversation slows around this, we can get into... Ooh, let's do this one. Salam. There we are. All right. Nanu Nanu. Ooh, Zdravo is hello in Serbian. Ah, I love it. Aloha. Thank you, sir. Ooh, this is a great font for Aloha as well. Good morning, Oleg. Good to have you here. Hola, got that. Oh, konnichiwa. There we go. Thank you so much. Harvest. Let's drop in. Konnichiwa. Let's pick some exotic font for this. That's kind of fun. Maybe this. Yeah, why not? Let's go with it. Cool. We got it going on. Let's slowly, this is like, I think design is like, at least in this case, is making it look like a puzzle. Because I got to try to fit all this stuff together, right? Like a big puzzle, right? And probably I will... start to duplicate this as well. Hello there. Hello, everyone. That's right. You're on point. You're on brand for what we're doing. We're doing different sizes. We'll make this one larger. We're going to do a type lockup. This is going to be really fun, right? So we're going to lock this stuff up, and we're going to turn this into a pattern. Ciao. Awesome. Salud. We'll make that maybe a little bit smaller. I have a couple spaces right in here that I need to work with. So check this out. I would take this. I don't. Annyeong. Oh, Annyeong. Is it you say Annyeong Haseo? Does that like mean hello there, my friend, or something like that? My brother actually is fluent in Korean and lived there for years. Just want to brag about him. All right. Wait for it. Let's find a good one. There we go. Let's just go with this one. There we go. And Young. Make that a little larger. Okay, cool. We have our something I can turn into a pattern. Keep in mind, I'm in Illustrator. I'm going to select all this content like so. We'll go up to Object, Pattern, and then we'll go to Make. Oops. Zoop. Right there. As I drink my coffee, I'll give you a second to find that. Kostenko? What language is that? Yeah, what is that? What language is that? Just let me know. I don't want, my fear in doing a copy and paste from chat is you guys are gonna sneak a bad word in here. And it looks like I actually don't have that font, whatever it is, Kostenko, but I can always add it later. So we'll go to Object, we'll go down to Pattern, Make. We're making a pattern. It's gonna switch over, it's gonna turn it, it's gonna make a swatch is what it's saying right here, okay? It's gonna put it in the Swatches panel, which is why I opened it up there, right? We'll click OK, boom, there we have it. I get it, it's all white. This doesn't help us. Just Command Y, and oh, that's not gonna work either. All right, this is our new pattern. We'll do hello pattern is what it's called. We'll just click done. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's just throw a square up over here that has a fill of a certain color. Let's give it a pattern. Ready for this. Adding a new, not a new stroke, Paul, a new fill, because you can have multiple fills on one shape. Which font do I prefer the most? The most appropriate one for the job. How's that for a lame answer? I like Lust Script Pro is my favorite font currently. I know it's kind of cheesy, but I just like all of the different like ligatures you have with it. Okay. Okay, so we have this. We could see how this isn't a perfect pattern. We have holes right here. All we need to do, and I deeply apologize about this. Let's just double click. We'll go back in here. We could see this pattern. Let's just like, can we hide artboards isn't really going to do it for us. Let's just do this really fast. Let's just select everything. We'll turn it to black. This is what we get. So this is in the pattern maker, we basically get this option to tile this out a little bit better. So I can move this down, maybe extend this over, right? Start to fill some of these spots, right? I can bring Zdravo down there, right? Bring up Aloha over here. Maybe Ola is larger, right? But this allows me to create that perfect pattern, which is awfully nice, right? Let's fill this space. This Ola, let's move that over like that. And this over, it's just gonna be it means tweaking this and making sure we get rid of these spaces. So still there's that space there next to Namaste, which is right here. Okay, hey, we'll move it over. Hey, not bad for a day's work, right? So there we have it. We will click done, right? Oh, by the way, I need to go back in there. Sorry, I forgot to. I was just reviewing this in black. I need to change the font to white. Save it. Let's save this whole file. This is going to be called Hello AI. There it is. Click OK. And now we have this awesome pattern, right? Great idea. Hats off to you guys because, man, well played. What a good call. Right? If you want to scale down a pattern, I love this. I think this is pretty cool. You can go over here to your scale tool. Let's see if I could actually remember this. Double click on the scale tool, and I could just scale the patterns, transform the patterns only. I can take the pattern down by like 50% if I want to, right? Clicking OK, boom, I just scaled it down by 50%. In order to get there, and that goes for a lot of these tools, if you want to rotate the pattern, just go into the settings for that tool. So the scale tool, you double click on it, and now I can all of a sudden scale just the pattern, transform the pattern. I'm pretty sure if you hold down the tilde key or the tab key, it'll do the same thing. And I should know this because, hey, I work for Adobe, so shame on me. It probably is the tilde key. In fact, let's try it. Nope. All good. All right, so here's our mask. We'll copy it. We could do a number of things with this. This is absolutely huge. I'm just going to paste it in here, and I'm going to call this, we're going to call this hello. So I'm just going to put everything in one file. It's just going to be easier for everybody to view for this live stream. Pasting this in as a smart object, there's our first pattern. What I also have done is I've actually created an overlay. So this is what the mask will look like. I would tighten this up like a lot more, trust me, right? Yeah, so Mustafa, so sorry, I need an Arabic font in order to paste it in. So that's why this piece is not done, and I apologize, right? But it shows tremendous promise. Saving this, let me show you this magic, by the way. This is one way of doing things. This is my favorite hack in Photoshop, right? Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Ryan, is that how you say it? Ryan Islam? That's my middle name's Ryan. All right, so notice how I've named each one of these folders .jpeg. So we have hello.jpg. I have this file saved to my desktop. I can go into generate and then turn on image assets. So it's gonna just kick out and update these folders, excuse me, specifically the images based on the folders, right? If I have that checked. So now we can go to our desktop, wherever it is, buried deep. And here we have, here's our masks begin PSD, and here's our folder. And since we have those different layer groups named, we can see, oh, here's our hello JPEG. Cool. Now let's see what it's gonna look like. You ready? You ready? Let's see what it looks like on a mask. This is gonna be really fun. You ready? Let's do this in Dimension. Oh yeah. Well, I don't need more coffee. I'm getting way too excited about this. I got more time too. I have a whole hour. You're stuck with me. This is gonna be amazing. Adobe Dimension allows you to mock up or bring in 3D models and make your own composite, kind of like you do in Photoshop, but it's with 3D. So in here, I was lucky enough to get a hold of a face mask, right? So here's a face mask from Adobe Stock. So notice how I have this library of assets. You have starter assets that you have access to, but you could also go up here and you can search. You could search for, actually, is this gonna let me search? Mask. Search Adobe Stock for masks. So type in mask, search Adobe Stock for masks. Boom, it opens up stock.adobe.com. Right out here, we could see a number of masks, and this is the one that I ended up getting, right? Some are free, most of them are licensed, and then we can come in here, boom, there it is. Awesome. Looks good. Let's just see what this looks like on an actual mask. We'll go to File, Import, and we'll place Graphic on Model. Yeah, Steve, thanks for asking. My brand spanking new MacBook Pro is treating me pretty well. I think for a little bit there, it was like kind of crashing when I wasn't using it, luckily, but now I think all the kinks have worked out of it. So here's our hello JPEG, open. It's gonna get placed on that model because that's what I told it to do. And there we have it, right? We can come in, we can kind of zoom out. We can reposition this actually first off. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's rotate it over. This is interesting. So when it places, this is fascinating. This is why I'm going to do this again. When it places a graphic, it'll place it, it maps it flat on whatever view you have. So I wasn't looking at this straight on. I should have imported it like with this straight on from the front view. But not to worry, we could always move it over like so. Grabbing a control point, holding down the shift key, we can kind of expand that out like that. And there's our mask. Again, only reason I'm doing this is just to get a feel for what this mask will look like, right? We just want to see what this looks like. Hola, this is really cool, guys. I'm gonna steal this idea. It came from chat or somewhere, I don't know. It was the fact that we went out here. This is what sparked this idea, by the way. We went out to Adobe Fonts, and then we saw hello in all these different forms, and it started to look like other languages. So you never know where, I guess, inspiration kind of comes from, right? So there it is. There we get a good view at it. Looks pretty awesome, right? I could send this to my client if somebody wants to buy it or whatever. Like, this could be a great way to kind of show off this asset. I'd say that looks pretty good. Cool. That was just for fun. Now let's go out to this site that we were at earlier. Come in here. Actually, let's go. This is just, again, Bags of Love, Start Design, clicking right there. We'll upload it and we'll see what it looks like. We're gonna go medium. Guess what? Did you know we have a chat and win below? I'm gonna be giving away some face masks if you care to have them. Select an image to upload. We'll go into that folder. We'll go to the Hello JPEG, adding it to all my other graphics, which I want to show you how to make these. These are way easier than you think. Yes, thank you, Ryan. Good call. This in Dimension, this needs a matte finish. So face mask. There we go. I'm taking the roughness up, and that gets rid of that matte finish. So hopefully that works. Good call. Good call. Okay, there's our image, selecting it, uploading it. This is how all online services work. You position it. Guess what? We know we've already set our file to 7 by 9 inches. I could still adjust it, but it places it right there. And that mask looks like it's good to go. I can adjust any of the other settings that I want, right? But that's mask 1, so we have 1 done. Let's see how many we can get done. Logan, thank you so much. Yeah, I think it looks awesome. Thank you for that matte. That's a good call, because these masks are not shiny, by the way. Let's do this one that I pointed out earlier, shall we? Wait for it. Wait for it. I'm going to show it on the screen. And hopefully everybody's having a beautiful Monday. I appreciate ya hanging out with me. We'll do this one in the background, right? So kind of this one that has only just has a different look is the opposite of what we just did. Is a lot of fun because it has all these colors, okay? Again, this I'm not giving away this one. I put it on my face. I have others. The actual ones are in a package, so don't worry about it. So let's do that one. I'll switch back over. Let's go to Photoshop. We did our first one in Illustrator. It's looking good. We did our second one. It's just called Smile. That's this one. Boop. There it is. Let's go to this one right here. We have all these fun different logos. In fact, let's get Photoshop in there a couple times. Why not? Let's get rid of this one because it should be animate. Sorry about that. I should probably have a few more icons in here than I do, but I'm just going to repeat a couple of these. I'm going to actually, I love you speed grade, but that will go away. We're going to duplicate Illustrator a couple times just because I know my audience, right? Like that. We'll do that. We'll put Lightroom over here. All the icons, I get it. I don't have all the icons or all the mnemonics as we call them. And by the way, did you know we're updating these? Right, so we're actually updating these as well. So here we have this. We can go into our gradient fill. Let's jump in here. We'll go to our gradients panel. We'll scroll down into our legacy gradients and we'll try like one of these, right? Just as the background, right? From here, let's just do that. Let's scale it down. I just want more swirls in there. In fact, I want harder lines. Let's go in here for that one. Oh, so sorry, just lost it. So I'm going to make some fun gradients really fast. I'm going to jump in here. We have, each time I click on one of these, we have these little color transition points is what we have, right? So I typically will like click right there. Oop. Selecting that one, clicking next to it. Shoop. Selecting this one, clicking next to it. That makes it green, and I'll just start smashing all these together. So that's all I'm doing at this point. Oops. So as soon as you select one, you click on it one, it kind of copies that color. Right now, when I click over here, it's going to add that blue. right? So that's kind of what I'm doing. I get it. I can grab these transition points like that as well, but I'm just making, kind of getting like harder lines in here is what I want. Right? I want something like that. I just want harder lines. There we go. Okay. Linear, guess what? Let's do reflected. Oh yeah, we just increased all those colors. We have that done. I'm just gonna do a fun, splashy design. I'm gonna take all these layers and I'm gonna convert them to a smart object. Boom. Thank you, Mallory. It's great for Pride, yeah. Although I need brown and I need black in here, right? But we could add that anytime we want. Yeah, exactly, Steve. If you do a pattern of your own eyes and nose, it hits that uncanny valley. It's very freaky. Okay, so we have that set up. We're gonna go into, you know it, my favorite tool right up here, Liquify. I use this so much. Liquify. And from here, I can have some fun. So we'll make this. This is the forward warp tool. It's just basically like a big smudge tool. And we can start to smudge this stuff around. Maybe we'll have this PS be a lot larger, right? And I'll start pushing these around like that. I'll take this twirl as well, twirling clockwise. Holding down the Option key will make it twirl counterclockwise, right? So that's how we're gonna get all these fun, like, manipulations, right? That's all I'm doing. Pull that out. There you have it, like that. Awesome, right? We're just making a fun pattern, but where you can it kind of harkens back to the brand, even though we're changing the brand, right? Would it be cool if you made a military style one? Who agrees? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can. I'm more about like, everybody needs to get along. I think the military style one could get a little controversial, but it depends on what you're using it for. So here's, again, our second one. All we did is we threw some exciting colors together and used Liquify to manipulate this some more, right? Yeah, exactly, Steve. I agree. So that looks good. Like, okay, so like on that note, like we can do another one. All right. Done, by the way. We want to see what this one looks like. Guess what? It's already titled, this folder is already titled cc.jpg for Creative Cloud, right? It already output that asset. So I can go back to my dimension file, right? And for right in here, instead of using this image, go out and use this image. Swapping those out, boom, easy peasy, right? And now we can see what this one looks like. This one's cool. Like, this is pretty cool. I like these colors. I would probably blend it some more, and I would, this really kind of shows me that Illustrator's right here, but I'm seeing Prelude, which could not mean some issues. Thank you so much. 19 minutes left for our giveaway. And who is my mod today? Who's the moderator? Is that a is that an open beverage? There are 3 open beverages next to my tech stuff. No, it's crazy. I'm sorry. All right, cool. That one's done. Looks good. Go to our browser. We're having a time. We understand how this works. You know, uploading that design, it's pretty straightforward, right? Here's the one I actually ended up making. This one I spent more time on. It gets a little bit more crazy, and that's the one I have done. Let's move on now. Let's go into, hopefully you do this with your art. I talked about this earlier, and I only started on it, but now we're at the point where we want to actually finish it. So again, I went through a phase where I was doing lots of painting, right? Using fresco, created a bunch of flowers and things, and then I just composited them all on one layer, right? So here they all are, right? They're all composited here. Let's get rid of these. Command J to jump that. Maybe flip it, right? Make this one look a little bit different, right? Move these together like that. This one's super colorful, right? And happy and all that good stuff. We could take this to the next level. And this alone is okay, right? Tell me if you like this one. I'm not sure. I would wear the, okay, Marsha, thank you so much. So yeah, I appreciate that. Like, this one actually is very colorful. So maybe you're really into this. I'm all about it, by the way. That's awesome, right? I would try something like this. I would actually go in and play with the colors a little bit more as well. So, ooh, that pink looks good, right? So here's another one. So we'll do 2 flower versions. Command J to jump that layer. We'll have flower 1, flower 2, right? Like that. For this, I'd actually throw some lookup tables on top of it, right? So we go right in here. We can go to color lookup, and using color lookup table, this will kind of unify it a little bit. I usually try 2-strip look. This will mean it's going to make it pink and teal, right? Pink and teal. That's okay. But I would usually go through these and see if any of these work to kind of make it look, I don't know, more interesting. Yeah, it doesn't do it any favors. Okay, so we tried that. That's one thing we can do. Again, taking your own artwork, tweaking it for your end use. And again, in 15 minutes, we'll do that giveaway. All right, cool. So let's go right here. This looks okay. I'm actually going to try a different adjustment layer. Right down here, we'll go into gradient map, right? So we've tried color lookup. Let's try gradient map. Gradient map, this currently inverts it, but these are all the gradients, and it starts mapping all those colors to the darks and the lights. So you can see it dramatically is going to change the look of this, right? Dramatically. A lot of this actually inverts it, so I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go right over here. I'm going to select reverse. Okay, so that's actually closer to what it should be. But I'll come in here and I'll try some of these different looks like so. I'll actually go into photographic toning and try some of these. Let's reverse that back. Take this background, black, there we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, let's do some more stuff. You like the 2-strip? All right, you guys like the 2-strip. Good to know. Bring it back, drop it down. 2-strip wins. Boom. There's our 2-strip pink one that will be exported. Going to this one, using those same assets, making it look much more dramatic. In fact, let's go in, let's grab some content. What do we have? Maybe I got rid of some of it. I might have. But if you guys know me, I actually like, this is very much a Paul mask. Can I just say that out loud? Like making skulls and flowers. So let me skip ahead to the final version just so we can get past it and get on with the rest of our lives. There we go. Here's the final that I ended up with. Based on what I just showed you, right? We added a gradient map. This gradient map is pretty darn cool. Actually goes from sort of a muddy gray. So it's a warm gray and then goes to a cool lighter color. And that's what gives it this tint, right? What I also did in here is I just did some renderings of, if I turn that off, like of a bunch of skulls. So it's skulls and flowers. I get it. Ooh, it is like cherry blossom season. Oh, so appropriate. Oh. Yeah, so there it is. Kind of turned it black and white too. And these are my different gradient maps that I've worked with. And here, this one is the 2-strip, I bet you anything. Selecting it. Oh yeah, 2-strip look, just like you guys suggested. Awesome. Okay. That's kind of where this one ended up. It's having that contrast. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, it's a very subtle, like, skull flower thing. So yeah, it's like a life and death pattern. But honestly, I just thought it was cool. And that was this one right here. Boop. There we go. And now you know. Yeah, so anyways, I thought it was kind of neat. Hopefully you guys think it's kind of cool. Hopefully you don't think it's too dark and morbid. Maybe it is. If so, I really apologize. I'm not trying to get all morbid on you. All right, so let's move on. Let's try one more. We're going to jump back into Illustrator, and yeah, we'll do this giveaway. Cool. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back into this. All right, cool. Done and done. That's the one I want. You can see what we've done there. Let's tile this. Let's bring this over. There we have it. Cool. All right. You get the idea. Cool. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to tweak this one a little bit more. I feel like this one needs more flowers, so I'm just kind of duplicating it in the background. I would take this. I would actually do maybe some levels or brightness and contrast and lower the brightness of the ones that are kind of behind, like that. So we just gave it more depth that way. All right, I think that'll look pretty good. I'm not worried about the edges because, again, that's going to be the sort of the overprint that I'm not worried about. Okay, so let's get into something else. Cool. All right, so there, that looks good. Done and done. Let's save it. Let's go into one that has to deal with brushes. So again, I thought this was just kind of cool. All right, hopefully you guys are into this. Thank you so much for this one. This hello is awesome. What I do a lot of times is in Illustrator, I actually have a file that has a lot of stuff already in it. So I actually already have a lot of brushes in here. But we'll click OK. Actually, I apologize. I want to open up a different file because I want to show you how you can make brushes and make artwork hopefully pretty fast because I want to get this done within the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. So right in here for this file, let's go in here and hide our boards. There we are. So here I have some shapes. So let's get rid of some of this stuff. Apologies. Get rid of all that. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Here we have some shapes, right? Some of them already have color in them. Some of them don't, right? So I'm going to just show you how this is put together. I'll select this one. This actually has like a background of white, just so you know. But I could take this shape, grab it, open up the brushes panel, right? I could drag it right into the brushes panel. I'm basically creating a new brush. In this case, I'm going to create a pattern brush, right? Because we're going to create these cool designs. Okay, so pattern brush, click OK. We're going to create this pattern like so. I'm going to make sure all the corners transition nicely, which will be great. I'm not going to worry about the ends at all, right? But right down here, this will be really cool. Let's do a a tint, and we're gonna tint this color white. So I'm selecting that white, and I'm saying, hey, you know what? You're gonna tint that white, whatever color I have for, that's my stroke color, okay? Like that, click OK. Select the pencil, which currently, let's just set this to red. Here's my red stroke right here. Here's the brush that I just made right down here at the bottom. So we'll apply it, and you can see it actually did that. Haha. Actually applied it. If I double click on this, it applies it as a tint. So this, honestly, I have to just say honestly, I usually forget which one is which. So I set it to 1, and then I'll go in and let's do tints and shades. Click OK. Yes, apply that to the strokes. Right? So we have that red. That's going to do a tint and shade. Double clicking it again. You know what? Let's do a hue shift. Select OK. Apply strokes. There we go. It's a hue shift is what I want. But I basically shown you like 3 different ways you can modify the color of one brush. So you can have a lot of flexibility with one brush right in here. So this is doing a hue shift to the white. I'm shifting that white to red because red happens to be my stroke color, right? Just like that. Clicking OK. Zoom out. There's my brush. Let's show my artboard now. Here's my lovely artboard. Could be 7 by 9. I'm going to select this. I'm going to change the uniformity of it as well. So I'm just going to kind of draw out this line. Here's this long line. Let's make it even more smooth. Okay, there we go. Let's just draw this line. There it is. Let's get rid of this one. And for this line, we're just going to taper the 2 ends. So for the width profile right here, we're going to taper it down. Now it kind of looks like a snake. But now I can take another brush and do like another curl, if you will, or line drawing, and then tint that a different color. In this case, we'll tint it green. Hey, why not? 2 different options, right? And then we can have another one like so, and we'll make that maybe a teal, right? It is very snaky, very snaky. It's almost too snaky, and I want it to be a pattern, so that's a good call. I'll go right over here. I'll go to the lines. I'm gonna use actually the spiral tool. Spiral tool is cool. So rather than making it look like a snake, I can do a spiral like this, and now we get this cool spiral, which actually seems more like less like a snake and more like a design. I think, right? But there's a lot of things going on here because there are different brushes. So we can go in and select another brush. Here's another brush that I can modify and change this to, actually no, that looks like the exact same one. I apologize. Let's go to this one. There it is. Selecting it. This one I can change to tints if I want to, and it's going to tint and get rid of the black and just do that. Change the blacks to whatever color it had, right? Anyways, there we go. Let's throw some yellow in there. I personally like the tapering to kind of taper it down, right? And we can get pretty fun with all of this. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of creating these fun designs. Let's increase the size of this one. Whoa. And changing the different patterns as well. There you have it. All right, so you kind of get the idea for that. I guess I'm not going to do this as fast as I wanted to. I'll just kind of draw out multiples like this. Let me actually go to my final, by the way. I think you'll appreciate that more. We got less than 3 minutes. Thanks. Cool. And let's go to kind of my final, actually, just to show you what this looks like. Let's go in here. Brushes with abstract color. So based on what you've learned, you could see how this mask was made, right? And this is pretty much our last one. We'll see how far we can get after this, but that's how this one is made, like so. Boom. 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 All right, so this is the one above me, as you can see. So it has a more graphic look. It's keying out some of the green, but I think it's kind of cool. All right, check this out though. Look at all these fun brushes, guys. Look at this. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, guess what? We can modify this. This is why I love Illustrator. Illustrator gives the ability to modify any one of these lines. I could take them all. Let's try this. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna take all these. I'm gonna go into the swatches panel. I'm gonna select 3 colors. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go to, oh, this is too exciting. I kinda want this to be a cliffhanger. Edit colors. No. I want to go to scripts. And we want to do a random swatches fill. Okay, random swatches fill. It's going to randomly fill all these strokes. I actually don't think this is going to work because it's for fills. Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. Dang it. Okay, fine then. You know, it's one of those days. Either way, I could select this color. I could select the same stroke color is what I want to do. And then I can make that into more of a pink if I want to, a light pink, if we wanted to get rid of that blue and have some more consistency with the color. Cool. Looks like a bunch of snakes now. Yeah, maybe it does. Why? Why did I put snakes on a mask? What am I doing, folks? What's my problem? I don't know. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, we're kind of winding down. So we're going to do the giveaway right now. Let me just... Okay, I've never heard that sound before in my life. All right, so that means time is up. So let's go ahead and do our drawing, shall we? Why not? So big thing is yeah, there might be some restrictions for region. I don't know what they are exactly, but let's go ahead and get into chat and win. All you have to do is say something in chat. Feel free to say hola in your whatever language you know, or say you want a mask. It doesn't matter, but this is chat and win. We haven't done this in a while, and we're going to give away 2 masks. So we're going to give away 2 of these lovely masks that you see kind of behind me, right? Even the one that has lips. So we'll give away a couple of these. All you have to do is say something in chat while we watch this fun video. Let's do this. And we are back. Hey everyone, what's up? That was our giveaway. We are basically having Adobe Live pick a name out of chat, which is what's happening behind the scenes. Just so you know. I noticed Mallory said howdy. I like that. Appreciate you guys saying everything. And yeah, cool. We'll get those names drawn. As soon as those are drawn, I will let you know. Cool. All right. Oops. Oh, wait, there they are. Oh, there they are. Sweet. Awesome. Let me just copy this name. It looks like we have our winners. Fantastic. Let me just get this displayed, and then we'll move on into some more magic if we could. So, big thank you to Mallory Durick. I just mentioned your name, and your name was actually pulled by Adobe Live, and I'll have you pick one of these. It goes 1 through 6. Sorry my head's in the way, but we'll send you out a mask. And the second person is, so Mallory, you feel free, message me. We'll message you as well, but you can always message me in case you don't hear from us, because things get crazy here at Adobe Live. But our second winner as well is Cal Icade. So congratulations, Cal Icade and Mallory Durick, for winning a couple masks. I'm going to basically let you pick the one you want. I'll send it out to you. And that sort of thing. So thank you so much. That's awesome. Fun to do a little fun giveaway, I would say, right? Hopefully you guys agree. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. Let's switch back over as well as we get into our snakes design. Snakes. And let me also remind you of the schedule. Full day today, because we're actually kicking off. Today's a good day to get involved because we're kicking off Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. And in a little bit, about 40 minutes. Sorry, less than that, about 25 minutes or so. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Let's switch over. There we go. Just bringing up my clock so I don't lose track of time. And get back into this, right? So we have the snakes. And again, the whole goal was to just kind of show you how you can make something and modify it, right? So that's why I like this. Some of these designs work, some of them don't. This is something that you can do if you really want to personalize this. Snakes on a mask. Okay. We will jump in. Give me I need somebody's name. Let's do Dessa. Ooh, Dessa. Dessa says, thanks, Paul, that was cool. So we will use your name, Dessa. Coming in here. Let's take Dessa. Stretch this out like so. And take a look. We're going to pick a different font. Oh yeah, I have some great ideas to do. Great ideas. Oh snap, wrong account. I don't know what you mean by that, Kathleen. Hopefully everything's okay, Kathleen. All right, so going in here, we could go with actually this really sort of hard-lined text that we see here, right? Let's go with Dessa. Let's take that. Let's just go ahead and create outlines for this text, right? And we'll just give it this stroke. And let's not only do that, let's ungroup it like so. Release compound paths like so. And based on what we've learned, let's take that text. Let's go ahead and let's change the color of everything. Wait, there it is. There we are, D. Let's take all of these. We're going to change the color just for now. And like apply, 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 right? There you have it, Dessa. Change this to hue shift, click OK. Apply to strokes. And we can vary these colors as well. So let's make one pink. Let's go green. Let's go yellow. And this needs to be a different color as well. Anyway, so I was thinking we could take this text and this will kind of be in the front and then we'll have this content out like that. So it's kind of like, I want to do like a hidden name on this mask, right? This could be Dessa, this could be Black Lives Matter, could be anything, right? But right in here, we have these different strokes, which are great, right? We could end them as well. So I could go in and just add a point to remove it. Let's just use the scissors. Boom. Just cut that like that. Let's cut out this. Bam. Take that. And give it a snake look. Might have broke it a little bit. But again, just playing around with this. I would just vary some of this is all I'm doing. Right? So again, just taking the scissors, cutting it over here, right? I just made these two separate lines that I can now play with and kind of curve the way I want to curve it, right? So it's still going to say Dessa, but I'm making it look a little bit more hidden. Whoa, Cal, you can't go. You just won. You can't leave yet. You can't just get up and leave. This does look like this actually might be the Star Wars typeface. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's come in here. Let's go ahead and chop up. Maybe this part of the A might be a little extreme. Let's check it out. Does some funny things around the corners. But anyways, there you have it. Again, just doing something like that. Typically what I do in this situation, since I have everything loaded into my PSD, I'm just going to copy this all. I'm going to go in here to my masks begin. It's going to be right in here. Let's paste it in. Dessa. Dessa, that's such a cool name, by the way. Into it. There's the Dessa name, right? So let's take this to the next level, right? So this is awesome. This is brushes. Let's do this. Let's do Command J. Let's do brushes, black and white, right? So we'll do this black and white version. Trash this. We're going to change the background to something dark. And we'll go into, say for instance, this same idea right in here. So we can take this. And let's take all of these, and we need to turn everything white. There we are. And let's take this, takes this, wait for it, pasting this in front. So yeah, let's come in here. We could do something like this. Give me 1 second. Let me just add some white. We could do different phrases, by the way. So it could be like, be kind, you know, like everyone matters. Black lives matter. We could do that if you want to go down this route. I don't think it's a controversial statement at all, right? If you do, then let's talk, right? But we could do something like that. Right there in the center. I think this one's pretty cool as well. Look at that. That's awesome. Taking that, doing the same thing, selecting all, copying it, pasting it in. This is just taking a fun design and reusing it, dropping it right there. Right? I can go even bigger with this as well. But the cool thing is once you pasted it in as a smart object, you can double click, come out here, and change it. I don't know if you guys saw, but Kyle Webster released a Black Lives Matter not font. There is a Black Lives Matter font. Pretty much for any movement, there's going to be a font around it. But Kyle Webster released a actually a Photoshop brush that I'm sorry I don't have access to right now. I did not load it up, but here we can do this. Having some fun today. Hopefully this finds you well, the stream finds you well and happy and safe. I just have 10 more minutes, so I got time. I would typically put these on different, different lines too, by the way. So let's move this over, duplicate it. Hurry, Paul, hurry. Get it done. I've only made 15 masks in the past hour. I feel like I've made a lot. And thank you guys for being awesome. Let's take this up. There we go. Zip, zip. Getting rid of that. There we go. We want something like this. Like that. And you know what I would do? Oh, good. Sarav, awesome. So, you know what I would actually do is I would actually change all of these snakes to actual people, is what I would do. Because right now, it's kind of plain. Let's jump it here. We'll lock this down, move this up, take this. We're just going to have a little bit of overlap with some of these. I don't know, something like that. That's all I'm thinking, guys. Hopefully you guys appreciate this. And yeah, I probably need to play with the font some more. Cool. Yes, it is 9:45 technically where I'm at. I like this one. I think this one's really cool. I would change this all to people, by the way. I would jump out. I've done some people before. I would go down to my people file, right? Here, I've illustrated about 100 people, and I think this would be a cool pattern to use in a mask. So let's lock that. Yeah, that's what I would do. More on that later, by the way, because I'm not going to have time to get this done, but this is awesome. Right? Take some of these people. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go, copying them, bringing them into our design, like so. There they are, they're massive. And then bringing them into place, right? And making them black and white, right? So there's a lot I need to do. Let's undo that a couple times because it's actually not scaling the strokes and effects. Yeah, down to the last 10 minutes. Ooh, Unity. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that's a good, I love that word too. So that's an awesome one as well. So I can change it to that as well. Going into general, notice how I want to actually scale the corners and the strokes and effects. So let's bring that in like that. I like that word. I love quotes, right? And it's tough being, you don't want to be too like preachy, but you know, you want to know where you stand with things. So this one's awesome. Let's do that. Let's duplicate that. We could try that version as well. Wait for it, people. Such a great idea. Like having this mask of just, it's a bunch of people that are all black and white, and maybe we have a word in there somewhere, right? But welcome. Good to have you here. Donna's in the house. Good to have you here, Donna. Unity. There we are. Unity. Ah, hurry, Paul, hurry. Kathleen's up next. Boy, if I go over, she'll kill me. Just kidding. I will not go over. And bringing in a bunch more people. Group. Times like this, you know what? It's like the times that you regret in life is when you didn't stand up for like what you believe, right? And honestly, like, yeah, when you didn't stand up for what you believe. And honestly, like when you weren't nice to someone, right? You don't want to have regrets, and sure, everybody has regrets, but you know, you want to live life caring for other people. There we go. I will work on this some more later because I think this is awesome. We'll just drop a bunch of people in, and I would actually make them all black and white, right? So if you want to do that, make them work with this design, right? Once I get them in, I could do this all day long. Let's get a couple more people in there. Wait for it. Scaling them down. All right, Dessa, you like the Unity? Sweet. I would even take this text. I would try some different fonts. I'd probably make this larger. Let's take this, bring it up, do a create outlines, ungroup, release compound path, taking these, just doing a, oh geez. Not sure if I picked the right font, but I feel like if you pick a font and you're going to modify it a lot, go with a sans serif, because that means it's going to just be more legible as you start to manipulate it. But isn't this easy? Like once you've created a brush, how you can go in and change it up any way you want. So take this person, put them right there. Let's put this type at the top, right? And let's change all these people. Selecting them all, we'll go into edit. We can go down to edit colors, and we can convert to grayscale, right? That's one thing we can do. Converted them to grayscale. Let's go to edit, edit colors, recolor artwork. We have all these grays, right? Now we want to crunch them all down into like 2 colors, right? And let's actually take these, all these white colors, or light colors should be white. Let's make the grays white, and we did it. So easy. What? That's so nice. Unity, bring it down. Let's make it a party. All right, you get the idea. Right, Unity, awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. I love these like hidden little messages. Like this, even this Unity is kind of, it actually says unit more than anything. But let's take this last one. Let's see if we can break it down a touch more. There we go. Unity. Move this up. All right, you guys seeing it? Are you reading it as Unity? I hope so. That is done. Let's save this. This was a Vector Smart object. We'll go back into Photoshop and we can see it updates. There we have our Unity mask, which is pretty cool. By the way, this is called, it's in this folder called brushes black and white.jpg. So it'll actually save it out into that folder, which happens to be right over here. Ba-ba. Bam, there it is. Let's get it on a mask, right? Next one, upload it. Take a drink of coffee. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you guys. Farhad, it looks cool. Awesome. I think it looks cool too. Unity, people. I'm into it. All right. There we have it. Let's do this. Excuse me. Last one. Let's go with this simple design, by the way, is just some simple lips, right, in here. So let's scale this up like that. I think this one's cool too. All right, with that done, let's preview them. Here's our new ones that we just made today. Sure, we took some liberties, some shortcuts, but that's okay. And lastly, we even showed them in Dimension, which was really fun, right? Cool. Do you guys appreciate this? I'm kind of winding down, but this is being recorded. Thanks for those who joined me elsewhere. Cool. And we did a great job. So just so you know, we're going to give away some of these lovely masks. We actually did to a couple people, Mallory and Cal, and that's about it. So this site I'm using is called, again, Bags of Love. You can also use Vistaprint, or there are other sites that will allow you to put your artwork on. It's basically you're printing your design on a fabric. So thank you, Tim. Thank you, everyone. You guys have been beautiful. I appreciate you. I'm running out of things to say because you know what? Kathleen's up next, as you can see right here. Appreciate her. Stick around, Andrew as well. Lots of good ideas. My favorite one really is this one that you guys came up with. which is the Hola. Boop, right up there. Right here. This one is my favorite. Such a good idea. I can kind of work on that some more. But thanks so much, everyone. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kathleen. So, Andreas, Tracy, Mustafa, be kind to one another. Make sure you're washing your hands. Call your mom. She misses you. If you didn't talk to her over the weekend, you need to call your mom. Make sure you're getting lots of sleep too, huh? How about that? So, I'm going to go. Lastly, don't forget to smile. That's what this one says. Smile. There we go. Cal was our winner. That's why that is up. And stick around for Kathleen, who's going to dive into the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. So thanks for hanging out with everybody. Stick around. We'll be back in 3.5 minutes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on social media. That's where I'll be posting a lot of this artwork moving forward. Thanks so much. We'll be back in a